Oh man, I am so bored. I've played Kingdom Come 1 and 2, Split Fiction, and Kingdom Come 1 and 2, if you know what I mean.
My daddy taught me a few things too, like how not to rip the skin by using someone else's mouth.
I feel quite hungry.
Man, I wish there was just something else to do.
Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes
Is that what I think it is?
My tail. When it comes, I want to wail.
Finally, a convention I haven't been banned from yet.
It's me, Matt.
Would you like to join my dad's Minecraft server, Mineforge Craft? I've got business cards here.
Boo! Get off the stage, bitch.
Ah, video game conventions, a magical realm where the air is thick with excitement, overpriced energy drinks, and the unmistakable scent of 1,000 Smash Bros. Tournaments. A place where grown adults will sprint like Olympic athletes for a free tote bag, and we're standing in line for 3 hours to play 10 minutes of a game you could have just pre-ordered. But you may be asking, nostalgia, why do we do this? What compels thousands of people to squeeze into a convention center wearing costumes, dodging strollers, and paying $15 for a slice of pizza that legally shouldn't be called food? Are we here for the games, the culture, the merch, or are we simply chasing that beautiful fleeting moment when you find Hong Kong 97 for $1? Today on Nostalgia Road, we're diving headfirst into the world of video game conventions. The hype, the horrors, the hidden gems, and of course, the unspeakable terror that is the convention bathrooms. Ooh. Whoa! What are you doing in here with that camera? You can't film in here.
Damn!
One of the biggest draws of any video game convention, the guests. Those legendary figures who exist in the magical realm between internet person and actual human being. These are the developers, voice actors, streamers, and industry legends that make fans go full side quest mode just to get an autograph, or selfie, or, if the gods are kind, a quick awkward conversation that they'll cherish forever. Ugh. Oh, what is that god-awful smell? You know them, you love them, and when they show up at a convention, they bring news of upcoming games, cut content, and behind-the-scenes stories that will make you rethink your entire childhood. Sometimes they'll drop juicy industry secrets like how your favorite boss fight was originally way harder, or how the team had to crunch so many hours that they started hallucinating. And if you're lucky enough, they'll even tease a new project. And if you're unlucky, they'll announce a game that won't come out for another 7 years and will probably undergo 3 art style changes before the release. I'm looking at you, Square Enix. Come on, kids, your moms loved me back in the day when they would call up the power line. I was the sexy voice in the intro. Rick never stood a chance. There's nothing quite like hearing the actual voice of a character you grew up with. You'll be walking by a panel room when all of a sudden, boom, David Hayter's talking about being dummy thick.
But I'm dummy thick.
Or maybe you're in line for an autograph, and the real Mario just hit you with a "It's me," causing your soul to leave your body momentarily. Voice actors are some of the most beloved guests because they bring their characters to life. Just don't be that person who asks them to recite an entire in-game monologue on the spot. They're actors, not trained Pokemon. Ah yes, the influencers, the content creators, the faces behind your favorite top 10 hardest boss fights, and the people who scream their way through the Five Nights at Freddy's for millions of views.
Okay, so the first night is never usually that bad in any of the games, so I'll play through.
At conventions, these folks are the equivalent of seeing an NPC you didn't expect in real life. You spot them across the vendor hall, and for a brief moment, your brain short circuits. I know that person, but they don't know me. But I know way too much about their pet cat. Meeting them can be surreal. Some are super chill and down for a chat, and others, well, some of them are speedrunning their meet and greet like it's a Games Done Quick event. Either way, they're proof that gaming has turned regular people into celebrities, and that screaming at horror games on Twitch might actually be a viable career path. Just don't tell my parents. Is that Hulk Hogan? What is he doing here?
Back to you, maniac, Mike!
And then there are the guests that make you go, wait, why are they here? Maybe it's a random TV actor from a show that vaguely had a video game adaptation. But no matter who they are, they add to the glorious, chaotic energy of a convention. And at the end of the day, that's all we really want. An excuse to geek out, meet our heroes, and maybe, just maybe, get a selfie that'll make all of our online friends jealous. And today we're going to be talking about how the government is trying to shut down 3D boobs in video games.
Boo, get off the stage, bitch.
The sacred art of sitting in a dimly lit room for an hour, absorbing gaming wisdom, industry gossip, and, if you're lucky, some unhinged Q&A moments that'll live rent-free in your brain forever. On the bright side, at least it's not a big panel. And we're going to be talking about today why your credit is fundamental, and the best way to build your credit is a BAT credit card.
Boo, get off the stage.
These are the ones that people camp out for, the main event, the E3 level hype. The reason someone abandoned their friends and ran across the convention hall like it was a battle royale. We're talking major game reveals, deep dives into upcoming releases, and developers hinting at features so vague you'll be analyzing it like a GTA 6 trailer for a year. If a new trailer drops, the room erupts. Grown adults scream like they just won the lottery. Of course, there's always the risk of the delay announcement. One moment the devs are all smiles, the next they hit us with a classic. We need a little more time to make this the best game possible. And the entire room lets out a collective groan. Oof, tough crowd. But at least on the bright side, it's not a niche panel. And today we're going to be talking about why Chris Chan may be responsible for 9/11. Not every panel is about massive game launches though. Some are for the real fans. The ones who want to know what it was like to code on the N64, and why every JRPG protagonist from the 90s had the same exact haircut. These panels are gold. Developers and designers tell wind behind-the-scenes stories about how a boss fight was originally way harder, or how a random bug ended up turning into a major game feature. It's the kind of stuff that makes you go, wait, so gaming history is just one big accidental genius moment? By the end of the convention, you'll have attended at least one panel that completely changed how you see a game, developer, or the gaming industry as a whole. Or at the very least, you'll have a great story about how you accidentally walked into a lecture on the cultural significance of dating sims. I'll fucking do it. If video game conventions are a giant multiplayer lobby, then cosplayers are the players who showed up and maxed out customization settings. From screen-accurate armor builds to last-minute cardboard masterpieces. Cosplay at a convention is both an art form and extreme sport. These brave Dark Souls spend months crafting, sewing, gluing, and sometimes even engineering their costumes, only to spend the entire weekend dodging door frames, balancing 10-foot wingspan, and sweating through the layers of foam like a true warrior.
There's too much fucking shit on me, I can't breathe.
Cosplay at conventions exists on a beautiful, chaotic spectrum. The ones who spent 3 months 3D printing a perfectly accurate Doomslayer helmet, only to realize they can't actually drink water while wearing it. They pose dramatically, and you know what? They may actually be the character they're portraying, so game respects game. And of course, who can forget the cosplay groups? Those squads of friends who roll up coordinated outfits, turning the convention floor into a live-action crossover event. It's a delicate balance between being flattered and wondering if you'll ever make it to the vendor hall before it closes. For those who go beyond casual cosplaying, the competitions are where legends are made. These are full-scale spectacles judged by actual professionals, with categories for craftsmanship, performance, and sheer commitment to the bit. Just be careful if you go as PewDiePie though.
What a fucking
At the end of the day, cosplaying at a convention isn't just about looking cool, it's about celebrating the games we love, meeting fellow fans, and occasionally realizing too late that you made your costume way too uncomfortable to sit down. But that, my friends, is the true cosplay experience. Say, do you by chance happen to have a copy of Hong Kong 97 on the Super Nintendo? I've been looking high and low, but I can't find it anywhere. We now enter the vendor hall, where dreams are bought, sold, and occasionally shattered when you see the price of a factory-sealed Earthbound. Among the towering Funko Pop displays and the guy selling mysterious anime grab bags that absolutely contain something you don't want, lies the real treasure trove, retro game booths. This is where the true hunters gather, armed with wish lists, price-checking apps, and a dangerously optimistic belief that they'll find a cheap copy of Chrono Trigger. Spoiler alert, they won't. Aww. Navigating these booths is a skill in itself. You'll see the wide-open newcomers excitedly grabbing an NES cartridge, unaware that loose copy just means the cartridge. No box, no manual, just the game and a decades accumulated of nostalgic dust. Then there are the veterans, the seasoned collectors who know exactly what they're looking for. Holy shit! Is that Metallica pinball? Dude, I would do anything to be at a Metallica concert right now. But the thrill of the hunt keeps us coming back. Maybe you'll stumble upon the one obscure PS1 game you've played at your cousin's house once, and have been trying to remember ever since. Maybe you'll find a copy of Final Fantasy VII that isn't priced like it comes with a piece of Cloud Strife's soul. Or maybe, just maybe, you'll strike retro gaming gold. The legendary undervalued game priced by someone who has no idea what they have. It's the dream, the myth, the unicorn of the vendor hall. And if you find it, you hold it up like Link with the Master Sword, basking in the glow of your triumph, before immediately getting distracted by a table selling custom Game Boy shells in every color imaginable.
Well, that just about does it for me. Wait a second. Is that a copy of Pokemon Ass?
And just like that, the convention is over. The merch bags are full, the wallets are empty, and your feet feel like you've walked through the entire open world without unlocking fast travel. You've met your favorite creators, survived the vendor hall price wars, and witnessed some of the best cosplay builds known to mankind. And somehow ended up at a niche panel about economics in game item shops, which shockingly was fascinating. You already know that you'll do it all over again next year. Because video game conventions aren't just about the games, the panels, or even the free swag. They're about the experience, the shared excitement with friends, the community, and the pure joy of being surrounded by people who love this weird yet wonderful world of gaming just as much as you do.
Whew. That was sure a fun trip, but boy am I exhausted. I think it's time to play some Mario Kart on the Switch. Where's my Switch?
Incoming FaceTime. From Editor Josh, do not answer.
What do you mean you spent all that money to go out to a gaming convention? You told me you couldn't pay me the $939,000 you owe me for editing because you had no money left. You better lawyer up because I'm gonna sue this.
You have one new voicemail.
Hi, this is Brent calling from GameStop. I'm reaching out to Nostalgia Road about the 7 Nintendo Switch 2 Mario Kart bundles that you pre-ordered. They're now in, so you can come in and pick them up at any time during store hours. Thanks.